Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be reviewing the new Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Warm. I'm pretty sure it's the lightest shade available. And I'll just swatch this for you guys. I like a little highlight effect, so that's why I got it like that. And plus this was the closest match to Tarte Shape Tape. So I went with that. So that's a swatch of what Fair Warm looks like. To give you an idea, this is what Fair Neutral in Tarte looks like. So it is a tiny bit more yellow based, but pretty close. So here is why I was genuinely interested in trying the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer out. First of all, it's a very new product, so it's a little hyped up, but as we all know, the Tarte Shape Tape was extremely hyped up, but the hype was true. It wasn't false. So I was like, all right, let's see how this compares, because apparently the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer was claiming, not the company, but people were claiming that it was a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. Now here's the thing about dupes. They're usually cheaper. These are the exact same price. Or I think one maybe like $2 more than the other, but they're very similar and they're still, you know, on the prestige side of Ulta and stuff. So it's really just which one do you prefer at that point, right? Tarte Shape Tape quickly became my holy grail concealer. Like, can't live without it concealer, because it's amazing. Everybody knows the full coverage is there, and they're not lying, they're not playing. It doesn't crease. Once it sets, it stays. It's amazing. So I had high expectations for the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer to perform pretty much the same way. I don't know if you can tell, but the Urban Decay one, which is this one right here, the Urban Decay one is almost all the way dried down, and Tarte is still pretty wet and blendable. My biggest gripe with this concealer is that it dries down incredibly fast. Tarte Shape Tape dries down quickly, but it gives you enough time that if you want it to intentionally dry down a little before you're blending it, you can do that. Or if you want to blend it right out, you're not racing against time. You can still put it on both eyes, and by the time you're done with one eye, it won't be dry over here. When you're using this one eye at a time, girl, because you will not blend fast enough with a full coverage concealer to be able to get over to this eye before it's half dried, at least half dried, if not full dried. So I work one eye at a time, and I'm like, okay, I can still make that work. The coverage is there. It is very much there. It's full coverage, just like Tarte Shape Tape. There's no denying that. The coloring is pretty good for me because, again, I tried to color match as close as possible. But the part that I hated, not only did I hate the drying down too fast, just because I don't need that added stress at 6 a.m. or something, you know? So the part that I hated even more than that was the fact that this creases on me pretty badly, even after setting with a translucent powder. Here is my my reasoning, my idea behind that. I have a feeling that if this dries too quickly, it doesn't give it a chance, like you're not blending it out as much as you need to. I am a firm believer you use a beauty blender every single day, blending out your concealer under your eyes so it doesn't crease. Cool. So I do that every single day, no matter what concealer I'm using. And it always helps. This one, it's like I could not blend fast enough for it actually to get blended out accurately, if that makes sense. There was no amount of blending that I had the ability to do in the amount of time that it dries to get it to not crease on me. I naturally have the type of under eyes that everything creases anyway. There are only two concealers that I have tried in the world, and I've tried a lot, that make the creasing under my eyes minimal. They're usually a little something. I feel like I've gotten nothing that gives me zero, but I mean minimal. And those are the Tarte Shape Tape and Maybelline Age Rewind. Now, obviously, I still have to blend these really well for it to work, and I have to set with translucent powder, but they work really well. Now, here's the thing. I still set this with translucent powder because I'm smarter than that. I know better than the fact that I need to set everything on my face because I get oily and I get creasy, and that's just how it is. So I still set it. did not help at all. And I think it's because this just dries too fast for any good blending to happen. That's what I'm thinking. That's my opinion. And so, honestly, I don't want this. Like, I don't like this, guys. If you guys have any suggestions, help a girl out, because I don't want to waste my money, because it's just not working for me, no matter how hard I try. When I blend and when I go one at a time, and when I use setting powder, all my tricks up my sleeve, nice primers, nice setting sprays, everything, it's just not working. And as you can see, okay, I don't know if you can tell, this one is like completely dry. This one is still a little wet. That kind of goes to show you. And it's not the drying down matte that I don't like, because Tarte does that too. That's fine. It's just the inability to blend. So Urban Decay, if you're out there listening to little old me, just make your formula not dry as fast, okay? Just let it sit a little bit longer, and you will have a knockout product on your hands. Just let it last a little longer. And that's the thing too, is it's an all-nighter product, and those have high claims, because we all know the all-nighter setting spray is holy grail status. It's amazing. But this, I believe, would last all day and all night if it stayed. But for me, because it does all the creasing and then I have to do more blending out, it just, it goes away. Like, it lifts, because then I have to get rid of the creasing. So it doesn't really last for me either. That means the coverage isn't there. So I'm just not a happy camper, and I just thought I'd get on here to express that to you guys, let you know what's up. And yeah. So let me know if you guys have had better or worse, you know, experiences with this concealer, because I'm really curious. I haven't actually watched reviews on it. I haven't seen any of the big YouTubers reviewing it, which is very surprising. So we'll see. And I know that having Tarte Shape Tape be like the be-all end-all doesn't help, but I'm being honest. Even if Tarte Shape Tape didn't exist, I would still hate how much this creases and how fast it dries. Like, it's not okay. Change those two things and you got a bang-up product, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.